Hello ladies, so here's the video to show you how to make these desk calendars that you can sit up. So I will show you how you can do it without a scoreboard at home, just with a ruler, and hopefully you have some kind of tool that is similar to the bone scorer that's going to help you just crease the paper to help you get a nice clear fold. But otherwise you can just draw a pencil line on it and then fold at that point. Okay, so the first thing that you'll need to do is get some paper. So thick cardstock is probably the best thing to use for this, so it does stand up on a desk like that. Okay, so the first piece of cardstock you're going to cut is at 4 3/8 of an inch. And then we'll cut a piece by 7 1/2. Okay, and then the second piece we're going to cut at 4 3/8 by 5 1/2 inches. Okay, so we'll put our extra paper aside. Right, so with your larger piece, you are going to score at 5 inches, 6 inches, and 7 inches. Okay, let's mark that on both sides. 5 inches, 6 inches, and 7 inches. So line that up. And score. So scoring the cardstock just makes it a little bit easier to fold the cardstock. Just make sure that I've got that mark in the correct place. Not quite. There we go. That's better. And then on the small one, I'm going to score at 5 inches. Mark there. Mark at the top. Alright, so then we're going to fold and burnish all of those score marks. So if you remember on Tuesday how we're using the scoreboards, it does make this, doing these type of things, really, really easy, but it's still possible, as I've shown you, to do it without. Okay, so on this piece here, you're going to have what we call a mountain fold. So that's creating mountain, then a valley fold, and a mountain fold. So that's going to create the little V shape that we need for the desk calendar to stand. Okay, so once you've got that prepared, and this one, we're going to put tape along this part here, tape along here. So just any double-sided tape, or you can use glue as well, that works. a good strong tape is really useful, knowing that it's not going to come apart. Okay, and then to adhere this, you're going to attach this part to the top here and this to the bottom, just like that. So take the release paper off, lining that up. And sticking down. And the same on this side. Coming up. And press down. And that is your desk calendar. So all you need to do now is to decorate it. So to do that, we need to cut a piece of decorative paper. You'll find, so you could do Christmas, you could do any, whatever papers you've got at home to cut from. Might use this piece here. So we're going to cut this one down to 4 7/8. So this is all in inches, remember, by 4 1/4, which is not quite wide enough, but that's okay. We can make this one work. So because it's not quite wide enough to get a nice thin border, we're just going to cut this down a little bit, and then we can get a thicker border around. There we go. So to make that stand out a little bit more, you might do, this is called ink distressing. So you just distress the edges with an ink pad. So this one's just a black ink pad. You just go around the edges, inking those up. When you pop this down back onto the desk calendar, it just sort of pops up just that little bit, makes that separation from the white behind it. Okay, so we are going to stick that on. We've used that side too. I think I like that one. So tape, glue, whatever you've got at home to use, whatever your preference is. I usually use a mixture depending on what I feel like using at the time. Sometimes glue is a little bit easier to use because it gives you time to move your paper around while you are lining it up. Okay, so place that down on here. Then we can add a sentiment. Not sure about that purple and red. It's not too bad, but we'll think about it. Okay, and then we have our calendar. So we might put a little bit of coloured cardstock around that one. What do we think? Go light green. I think that might work. So we're going to cut this one to 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. All right. So then we glue this one on. To this piece here. You'll see you might ink distress these edges to make it stand out a little bit more. Okay, and then we can glue this one on. And then after this is glued on, you're just going to need and add a flower or a sentiment, something up the top, add a bit of decoupage, whatever you've got at home to finish that little piece off. You might add something like that and then a little sentiment on there. So there you go. Have fun. I hope you enjoy making some desk calendars for your teachers or your parents or your friends. Just have some fun with it. And if you need some calendars, just let me know, because we do have some now in the young men's stash. All right. I will see you soon. Bye, girls.